Efficiency with your time is the most important thing that you can work on, is being super efficient with your time. I will never say I'm perfect at this, because we can't always be perfect with our time, but we can try to be as close to perfect as possible. We can try to pre-plan for things, and we can try to, there's some hacks that I thoroughly enjoy. And most important to me is my GREAT method. And I literally mean, and you will see me say, go be great. Great for me means gratitude first thing in the morning. And I was having an issue with getting that done first thing in the morning because I was finding other things to do. I was grabbing my phone, or I was getting sidetracked first thing in the morning. And so I have it hacked. And I went back and said, nope, that I have to do this before I'm even allowed to do this. I have to get these things done. So gratitude first thing in the morning, reading, just so that the hour matched up with reading, right? So reading, which is my personal development, or something along those lines, I have to fit in so many minutes per day of my reading. So gratitude, reading, exercise, already got that done this morning. Exercise, you'll hear me say it a million times, I do it for my brain more than my body. Accountability, that's why we do Zooms like this, and I get on the phone with my team each day. And then training, I got to train every single day. Now I brought that up because while I'm getting that stuff done, you guys, I layer it, I habit stack it. So like, my reading or my personal development, I was doing that while I was exercising this morning. Get yourself some AirPods or some earbuds, or some sort of thing that you can listen to in your ears. And if you're like, well, I can't afford Audible, I don't have all of that to get those books, there is free ways to do that through your library. There are apps that you can actually like rent books, check books out, and then hand them back instead of buying them. I'll get you the name of the app. If somebody knows it, they can throw it in the chat. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But you can also go to YouTube, guys. YouTube University is the most amazing thing that's free on the planet, right? You can go learn whatever you want on YouTube University. Throw it in your ears and get out on a walk and listen in your ears at the same time. Sometimes if I don't get exercise in, but I got to get showered and I got to get ready for something, I put my AirPods in, I turn on what is that, airplane mode or whatever, so it blocks out all the sound around me, and I listen to my Audibles or YouTube while I'm drying my hair, right? What else are you going to do when you're drying your hair? I cannot stand wasting time. So if I can do something while I'm drying my hair, that's like 10 minutes of my day that I can't get back, and I got to stand in front of the mirror and like dry my hair, right there. Do something while you're doing it. So those are my like hacks to stack and get things done at the same time. If I know I need to learn something new, or I'm going to be doing one of these Zooms, or I'm going to be training on something, while I train is my T for the GREAT method: gratitude, reading, exercise, accountability, training. Right? I want to train with you guys. So while I was exercising this morning, I was watching a video reminding me of some of the things that I wanted to talk about and I wanted to train about. So I'm stacking those things together, and habit stacking will be one of the biggest time hacks that you can do if you can learn how to do that appropriately and fit things into the cracks of your day. I won't say don't ever relax, but I'll say if you have big goals, you're going to have habit stack and time hack. When you're in the car driving somewhere for a half hour, if you don't have anything else to do and you've got the radio on, put a book on, listen to a YouTube video, stream something over a podcast, do something so you're learning while you're riding. That is one of the things I almost always do, because I don't want to waste time listening to the radio, listening to the news. I don't want to bother. I don't want to waste my time doing that. I just read this most recently, and I think, well, listen to it, because I rarely sit down with a book because I'm always trying to have it stack, right? I was listening to Ed Mylett's new book, The Power of One More. I believe this was in there. He was talking about 6-hour time blocks in a day, 6-hour a day, like fitting 3 work days in one day. And I thought, wow, that's pretty aggressive, but let me learn more, because I'm always about learning how to fit more in my day and make them extremely, all my hours extremely useful. So how he was saying was break down in 6-hour increments and have 3 days in the course of one. So we have 24 hours in a day, right? If you could block out from 6 a.m., was it 6 a.m. to noon? So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So 6 a.m. to noon, and then noon to 6, and then 6 to 12, and then go to sleep for 6 hours. you got like 3 work days in one. And I was like, that's pretty aggressive. But if you were trying to accomplish big things, why not? Could you do a season of that? Could you do a season of 3 work days in one day? What would you do for each one of those 6-hour time blocks? How much could you get accomplished? Or maybe those aren't 3 work days. Maybe it's 6 to noon is work. And then noon to 6 is regular job. And then 6 to 12 is family time and extracurricular activities, exercise, all of the other things. I don't know how you plan your day and what things are most important to you and what your schedule is and what you need to get done. I just thought that was pretty interesting because I get up at 6 every morning. So 6 to 12 for me, we call it bang time. Don't be dirty, but it's bang time. It's when my brain works the best. So figure out when your bang time is and then use it accordingly. So like I know I get the most out of my day between 6 and noon because my brain is banging. We're going where we've got exercise in, I've got the shower in, I've got the motivation, I've got the energy, I had just gotten my sleep in. And so I try to pack as much between 6 and noon as humanly possible that I need my brain to operate at full capacity. That's another time hack. Don't plan. People who know me, who work with me, like on Zooms throughout the day where we're planning things out or putting presentations together or whatever it is that we're working on. I don't want to do it from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until I go to bed. Like I can get things done then, but they cannot be things that my brain needs to be popping for, because I know that will not be a good use of my time or your time if I'm working with you. If we want to get those things done, we're going to do them at like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's when we're going to get the most accomplished with my brain. And I know that. I'm not saying it's not a useful brain on the other times. I'm just saying it's most useful then. We will get the most done. We will get the greatest ideas and we will have the most impact if we use it when my brain is on fire. So figure out when your time is, because some people, it is the evening hours. Some people, their evening hours is when their brain is firing on all cylinders. That's when you should be doing your greatest work to hack your time, and use the other time as time that's not necessarily needed for your brain. I know that working out for me in the evening is a no. It won't happen. If I don't get it done first thing in the morning, it is not happening. It needs to be early in the morning. I will always put it, if I do try to put it off for later in the day, it'll get put off, it'll get put off, it'll get put off. Know you and know your habits, so that your time gets planned accordingly and you don't continue to put things off that you really need to get done in your day. They're part of your great method, your things that need to be done, the things that make your life better, the things that help you grow, the things that help you get closer to your goals. Just make sure you know you the best. So I want you to track your hours for the week. One of the things that you can do is go into the settings on your phone. If you're an iPhone user, I know this is for Androids too. I just don't know where it's at on your phone. But you can go into screen time and you can actually look at how you're spending your hours on your phone. It's a little gross sometimes. Okay. So if you really want to know how you're pissing away some time, that's a place you can go to check. And you probably should check yourself sometimes. I know when I look at that sometimes, I was like, ooh. But I will tell you that when I looked at it this morning, because I was like trying to find it on my phone again so I could share with you guys about it, mine said my daily average was down 52% from last week. So that means I'm spending my time more wisely lately, guys. And I'm really proud of myself. So you should. I know everybody's picking up their phone now and they're like, ooh, how did I spend my time this last week? You can also schedule your time in there on an iPhone. Like I said again, Android users, I'm certain you probably have something similar, but you can schedule your downtime on there. You can set limits on certain apps. If you don't have any self-control, limit yourself. When you go to get on a meeting, there's something you need to focus on, airplane mode that thing, because it is such a distraction. I actually saved a quote yesterday. And this is a little off topic, but it was really valuable. You're unhappy because your dopamine receptors are fried. And I was like, let me read more. Checking your phone 100 times per day is not only destroying your happiness, but your ability to get, and I won't cuss, stuff done. The best productivity app on your phone is called Airplane Mode. Use it. We are getting so distracted by these things. We build our businesses on these. So we tell ourselves we need to have them glued to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I do it. I'm one of the worst offenders. I know it. But when I read that, I thought, ooh, what we're doing to our mental health with these phones, not only just our time and how much of it we're wasting on them. Think about what we're doing to our brains by picking that thing up 100 times a day. Your dopamine is getting fried out from it. And it's creating unhappiness in this world. So another reason to manage your time more appropriately and set some limits on that thing. Okay. It is used for our business, but let's make sure that's what we are actually doing with it. It's a really easy way to get distracted and go down rabbit holes on TikTok and Reels and watching all of the things that aren't actually business building. So I said set timers. Okay, the 4 quadrants. I want to cover that really quick. Sorry, guys, we're at almost 9 o'clock, and I didn't get to this. I want to get to it. It went away for me again. There it is. If you've never heard of the 4 quadrants by Stephen Covey, you can go Google it really quick. And you'll get a little graph that says it's split in 4s. It says urgent in the top left, not urgent on the top right, and then down the side it says important and not important. If you want to hack your time, throw everything through this funnel, everything. Quadrant 1 is urgent, important. Crises, pressing problems, emergency phone calls, deadline driven products, meetings, prep that has to be done on a very specific time, calls that are like, the house is on fire. That's urgent and important. Some people spend a lot of their time there, and it really isn't where we should be spending our time. It means we're constantly putting out fires and putting everyone else's crises before our own important schedule. Not urgent and important is your other top right category, meaning they're not urgent tasks, but they are important. Preparations, presentations, value clarifications, planning, relationship building, true recreation, empowerment. That is where we should be spending 99% of our time, is in the not urgent, because I'm not trying to put out fires because I planned accordingly with my time, but it is important stuff. I'm working on important things. I'm working for my future. I'm working to help this team, but I'm not allowing their urgency to get in the way of me, continuing my well thought out, well planned out schedule. I'm not letting things get me off task that aren't urgent for me. And then there's not important, but urgent. Interruptions, phone calls, emails, reports, some meetings, many proximate pressing matters, many popular activities like scrolling. Urgent, not important. Some things are urgent that need to get done, but they're not that important. So are they really that urgent? We need to be putting them through that funnel. And then the last category is not urgent, not important. That's your scrolling on Facebook. That's you telling yourself that looking at more TikToks and Reels is going to give you more ideas for your social media so that you can grow your business on there. Those are not urgent, not important. We shouldn't be spending any of our time there. It's escape time type activities. It's time wasters. It's phone calls sitting there gossiping or complaining about your upline or your downline or your sideline or what anybody's doing on social media. It's all of the trivial, busy work that we find ourselves falling into the trap of regularly. If you want that quadrant, just go and Google 4 quadrants, Stephen Covey. It's been around forever. It is something I try to divide my time with, or put through that funnel regularly when I'm thinking about, what I need to get done in my daily routine, to make sure that I'm not constantly just putting out fires. I'm getting done what I need to get done, and I'm well thinking through a plan for my week. Okay. I appreciate all of your guys' time this morning. I think that it was well spent. I want you to go out. If you need that clean your clock training again, please let me know. I'll tag you in it. It's not something I can take out of the place that it's stored, but I can get you in it. I want you to track your hours for this week so that you know how you're spending your time. Go to your phone, see how you spent your time on social media, make a goal, set some timers, habit stack. Think about what you can do and get things done at the same exact time, and exercise and personal development, or riding in a car on a long trip and some personal development. Let's create some to-do lists, and everything should be based on your goals. Sit down with your family, Figure out what kind of time that they can allow you to have, shut the door, work time for you, and get things done without interruption, because you're going to need it to get to where you guys all want to go. Because I know most of your goals, they're pretty big, and you're going to need time to work on them, and well thought out, well laid out plans. Plan to fail or fail to plan. Whichever you want is how you're going to do it. Okay. You guys have a fabulous Monday. Let's go out and rock this week.